Hi, and welcome to my tidbits for today. I just wanted to share a little bit of information because I had a conversation with a closing attorney and she wasn't aware of this, and I just wanted to let you know in case you weren't aware either. But if you have an agent who is on the Cape, they are a member of the Cape Cod and Islands Association of Realtors, MLS. So that everybody that has a listing, or most people have listings that want them activated and want them to show on MLS and get syndicated out to Zillow and Redfin and all the other places, they'll enter them onto the Cape MLS. And then all of us agents who are down here who have buyers looking for properties go into that MLS and set up searches for our clients. If you select an agent from your hometown where your primary property is, or from off Cape, they are likely not also a member of the Cape and Islands MLS. So when they do a search for you, they are getting only a fraction of the available listings through their searches because they're not a member of the Cape MLS. There are a lot of agents like myself who list on both off Cape and on Cape, because I know that a lot of my buyers maybe are coming from off Cape and they're looking to the Cape for retirement or for a second home. But a lot of the Cape realtors may not also belong to an off Cape MLS. So you have these two entities. You have on Cape, off Cape. If you're looking for a property as a realtor off Cape who doesn't belong to the Cape MLS, you're not able to access any properties on the Cape through that process. There are a few who may list off Cape as well, but if you're trying to run comps, if you're trying to do research, you may not be able to get all of the information that's available to an on-Cape agent. And if you're listing your home, the listing agent who's off Cape is only able to list it off Cape. So anybody who's saying, oh, I want to look on the Cape for a house, isn't going to look necessarily on an off Cape MLS. They're going to want to look at an on Cape MLS where all the other Cape houses are listed. Hope that makes sense. So as a realtor on the Cape, listing on the Cape, I'm able to provide information to everybody out there who's looking for a Cape house, both on and off Cape. So all of my listings are going to syndicate through Redfin and Zillow and all the other supporters of MLS. But if you're an off-Cape realtor, yours are also going to go through that process. They're also syndicating. The difference is going to be that if your realtors are on the Cape, they're able to access all those listings and get it to you right away. They're able to call you immediately when they know what you're looking for and they're seeing this house come through. They're sending you listings from the Cape MLS so that if they happen to not be at their desk when that listing pops up, you're able to get that email immediately and see it and can call her or him and say, I want to see this house right away. It just came up on MLS. If your off-Cape realtor is seeing only a small portion of what's available, they may or may not be able to provide that information to you directly. It's going to be on you to be able to find it through some of the syndicated outlets. So if you have questions about that, please let me know. Ultimately, if I'm going to buy a home in Colorado, I'm not going to hire a realtor in Nevada who can only see a Nevada MLS. And it's kind of the same type of thing on the Cape. If you're not a member of the MLS, you may not be able to see all the information that's out there. If your buying agent is off Cape and doesn't belong to the Cape MLS, they may be using Zillow and Redfin just like you might be. So just keep that in mind. I'm able to run comps for anything that closed in Barnstable County because I'm a member of MLS down here and I'm able to see all of those closings. So in your best interest, in my opinion, you can make up your own mind. If you trust your off-Cape agent, that's fine too. That I'm not trying to negate anything about being an off-Cape agent. I'm just trying to inform you that as an on-Cape agent, I'm able to see likely much more than that off-Cape agent is. So those are my tidbits for today. Please reach out if you have any questions about that and if I didn't explain it well. Hope to talk to you soon. Have a great week, everybody.